Hi everyone. This video is going to be an overview of how to do ankle marching. So this is a ankle mobilization and kind of coordination drill. You're going to be standing up nice and tall, right? As with all of these standing things, keeping that head as extended as you can. Then you're going to think about calf raise on one leg, but you want to not shift your height, right? So it's just calf raise, then knee drives forwards. And then you're going to go lower and calf raise on the other side. So back and forth. You're trying to not actually adjust your height at all. Right? You want to think about staying completely level, getting up as far as you can onto the ball of your foot. So you're really working on that toe range of motion here. Feeling that weight driving to the ground through the ball of the foot, and then you're transferring. Same thing on the other side. Right? So you're trying to drive, keeping the glutes nice and active, keeping your head nice and tall, and then it's extending, right? You can transfer halfway. You can, even if you want to, you can come up, down, and down, up, and up, down, and down. If you do that version, you want to make sure that you alternate. So you go right up, right down, left down, left up, right up, left down, right? Again, as with all of these, there's a lot of ways to play around with these movements. So try it out, see what feels nice. If it's too challenging coordination-wise, if you feel like you can't balance, then try something different. Go to a little bit easier version. But right, that nice easy version is just transferring one foot and then the other back and forth. Right? Now, so this is for pointing the toes. We're also going to do the marching for flexing the foot. Right? Dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Those are two terms for that. So for lifting the foot, you're going to push your hips back slightly. So you get a little bit of a lean. Right? Because this will allow you to weight into your glutes, put weight onto the heels. And then what you're going to do is one foot up and the other foot up. So that same back and forth lifting transfer that we did in the other one. I wouldn't advise really necessarily trying both feet up at once. It's very hard to balance on your heels. Also, it's not super comfortable to balance on your heels. So on this one, I'd say just stick with one and then the other. But again, trying to go as high as you can. So if you want to, you can try to straighten the foot out, get that flexion. Or you can bend the knees more and get that flexion, because actually both ranges are important for your dorsiflexion. Having the knee fully extended, driving the hip back even more, and keeping the knee nice and flexed, trying to lift the foot off. They're both very important ranges of motion and control, so try out both of them and try and incorporate both of them. I won't say you have to necessarily do one or the other. You want to just be able to feel that in the front of the shins when you're doing those lifts. So whichever one you get into that tissue more is the one that is more suited for you, I guess would be the appropriate terminology there. You can, if you want to try doing these at the same time, so you can go up, down, and then lift, and up, and down, and lift, and lift. It's a little complicated to get into that pattern. I don't know if it necessarily detracts anything from the movement if you can comfortably do it. I honestly find it easier to keep them separate. But if you have a background where you have a lot of coordination and you're like, oh yeah, I can super easily, comfortably just blow through these circles, go for it. Right? It's, like I said, it's not going to do anything negative. It doesn't reduce from it. It's just a little harder to coordinate. But sometimes that's good for the brain to have to do that. So try it out, play around with it, find some things that works, some things that get the ankles moving. So you're feeling that and trying to increase that range of motion you can comfortably get into.